Good evening and welcome to Treasure Island. Good evening and welcome to Treasure Island. My name is Maverick Mad Mike, Captain and Scoundrel, and I will be your host this evening. Please welcome my pirate guest this evening, who has agreed to walk the plank to my Treasure Island, is my good friend Desmond Griffiths, commonly called Pirate Des. Good evening, Des, and shiver me timbers.
Good evening, Mike. You know, I nearly fell off the plank when I came over. Oh, did somebody fall in?
Oh, possibly.
However, I'm very glad to be here, Mike.
It's a pleasure to see you as always, my friend. Well, could you tell me what is the first track you would take with you onto the Pirate Island, and why have you chosen this particular track?
Well, having been brought up on brass band music from a very, very early age, I'm choosing a record by Callender's Cable Works Band, recorded in 1937, called the Colonel Bogey March. Now, my father played the euphonium with a band from 1927 until they disbanded in 1962, and it will be very, very nice to hear him playing once again.
Then let's have a listen to this piece of music. Superb piece of music, played by very, very talented musicians, and a pleasure to hear. Now, my friend, if I allowed you to take a book with you onto the island, what book would you choose and why?
Well, I can't say I have a favourite book, but one book I would probably take is Where Eagles Dare. That was written by the Scottish writer Alistair MacLean, which, as you know, was later made into a film.
Well, an interesting choice. I have seen the film on many occasions, and an excellent film and an excellent story it is too. An interesting choice, my friend. Now then, Des, could I please have your second choice of music for the island? And again, why have you chosen this piece?
The second choice has to be the Morriston Orpheus Choir singing Come Rhondda. Unfortunately for me, it's the English version, since I was unable to obtain it in Welsh. This has stood the test of time, not only in hymn singing, but in the days of Cardiff Arms Park and the present day Millennium Stadium for many, many rugby supporters.
Let's have a listen to a piece of this music. Well, as always, a superb rendition by the great choir themselves, and many a happy memory from Cardiff Arms Park, listening to the singing of the crowd there. Now then, my friend, if after a week or two on the island I gave you the chance to meet anyone from history who you could have a chat with, who would you choose and why?
Well, my choice is Winston Churchill, because having lived through the Second World War, I think that without his bull-dogged nature and so on about anything that had anything to do with the war, he pulled us through it, and I wonder whether I would be here today without him. I would love to talk to him.
Well, my friend, an interesting choice, and one I think a lot of people would love to have the opportunity of talking to the great man, not only to find out, what his thoughts were, but also to thank him for the great contribution he made to the survival of this country. And for that we will always be eternally grateful. Now then, my friend, could I please have your third choice of music? And again, why have you chosen this particular track?
The track I've chosen here is called If I Only Had Time. It's sung by John Rolls. And my reason for this is that I think it describes me to perfection. Since whenever throughout the years, I've been asked to do something and I'm not quite ready to do it, my reply would be, I will do it later when I get time. More often than not, of course, later never came.
Well, let's have a listen to the track. Lovely piece of music by a very talented singer, and to be totally honest, I think your reasons here would apply to most people these days. I know it certainly applies to myself. Well, my friend, if I allowed you to take an object with you onto the island, what would you take and why?
Well, I'm going to take two objects with me, if you don't mind. I have a picture of myself as a 3-year-old with a bucket and spade up to my knees in a sandpit in a local park. So once again, if you don't mind, I would like to take a bucket and spade with me to the island, so that once again I could stand in the sand and later hopefully find some hidden treasure. You never know.
Well, my friend, I think we can be a bit generous and allow you to take these two items with you, and I wish you the best of luck in your hunt for treasure on the island. Then could I kindly ask you please for your last piece of music, and again as always, why have you chosen this particular track?
Well, this is a track for a bit of fun. It's by Spike Jones and his City Slickers, and it's called Cocktails for Two. I like both popular and classical music, but I do like to jazz it up a bit now and again. And I think this would be an appropriate one for me.
Well then, let's have a listen to a piece of this music and see what everybody thinks.
That overlooks the avenue with someone.
Well, what can I say to that? If you didn't laugh and smile, there's either something seriously wrong with it or you're dead, because it was an hilarious piece of music. Well, my friend, I thank you for taking the time to come along to my desert island and to do this interview with me. I thank you for all the choices you have made, and I wish you a safe journey back home. Thank you very much, Des.
Well, thank you for having me, Mike. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself here, and I can only wish you the best of luck. Cheers, Mike.
Thank you, Des, and good evening to you. Oh, what was that? Oh, he's fallen in. Silly devil. Never mind. Good night, folks.
Yo ho, a pirate's life for me, pirate's life for me.